This is the third, Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. What's happening? How y'all doing? So, let's ride, let's ride. Another chit chat, another brainstorm. That's what we do when I go live. I brainstorm, I share my thoughts and ideas from the perspective and the lens of this thing called ONYXCON, your 501c3 nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle organization. Worldwide, and we do mean worldwide, we serve the Atlanta Metro ATL communities, especially in our mission. But we are global in our vision and in our purpose. So, as you can see from my hat, it's funny. It's like, it's one of them days where it's windy again, but it's not like super freezing cold. It's actually like 57, but it feels like 47 because of the wind. But it really does feel more like 57. Maybe it's because I got the hat on. I had this on when I was outside just now. Shout out to the Gamecocks, you know what I'm saying, Lady Gamecocks in particular. I got this hat on sale before I even knew that they were winning like that years ago. And I just always liked the chicken. I always liked the ribbony feathers of the chicken logo. I just love that. I think that's one of the coolest mascots. But I went and looked them up back when I bought it and found out, oh, they winning for real. You know, you want to know what you're wearing. Are you wearing any team to whoever? You know, but I'm always saying I'm a casual sports fan. So like when people go cock, when I do find out that there's somebody doing something, I will check out some highlights. I will be more proud when I wear stuff because I know I'm rocking with some winners. And I like their coach particularly. She said, I've seen her speak, and she's got a lot of positive energy about her and real motivational speaker type energy. So I like her energy, and I like how the team presented themselves and won the championship and all that good stuff. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them again. All my South Carolina peoples, you know what I'm saying? But as we move and groove, I got a couple of other topics I want to make sure I don't miss. And I'm going to get into one of them before I start forgetting. I kind of want to talk about travel and international, because we know we do vlogs here. We do vlog content. So I want to get into a little bit of that, and I want to talk about it from the perspective of relationship goals in the art life. It's not the first time I've been into that, but I'm going to get into that a little bit. But I also want to talk about AI from the perspective of illustration and visual art, because I'm going to start there, because I had a post that I put up. Hey, I appreciate you. Got one thumbs up in the building. Love it when the people understand. We don't do this for nothing. We need to see reciprocation for the energy. So if you're one of them 20, now 17 in the building, make sure you can hear me. Put a thumbs up because you can hear my voice. Let me make sure my audio is right first and foremost. But put a thumbs up if you already know what time it is and you loving what we do here, right? So and that's all over the world. I mean, I check our numbers daily, and we got peoples, of course, in the US of A. We got peoples in the UK. We got peoples in Uzbekistan. I was looking as far out as Uzbekistan. We get numbers. Russia, what's good? India, always. Who else be on the list all the time? Mexico, what's up? Mexico. Who else? Trying to think of the countries that I most see on there all the time. Indonesia. Can't forget Indonesia. Indonesia be in the house for real. So shout out to all of y'all. If your country got mentioned, if your country didn't get mentioned, trust me, you somewhere on the list, because the whole world be watching, and I appreciate y'all. We just trying to get everybody to be subscribers so we can really, truly go full throttle and monetize this thing and get where we gotta go. Yeah, for real talk. But I was posting something on our Instagram. If you're not familiar, we got a couple of pages on Instagram. We got our main page at ONYXCON, ONYXCON. We have ONYXCON Style. We have ONYXCON Music, ONYXCON Outdoors, ONYXCON Rides, and ONYXCON Fitness. Those are all pages on Instagram. Follow all of them. Anything that appeals to you out of that list I just gave, you guaranteed to love something, because you're basically covering all the bases of everything that we try to cover here as a whole. Like here, it's multi-niche. Everything I just said, that and then some, we cover here. But there I kind of spoon feed people in separate pages because it's just the nature of how it developed organically. I had the ONYXCON main page for years, and it shows because we had 17,000 plus followers, but we're trying to get everybody over there to subscribe for 99 US cents, not dollars, cents. Not even a dollar, you know what I'm saying? 99 cents, that's all we asking for subscriptions over there. So if you're in the US of A especially, and you're on Instagram and you go over there and follow, make sure you subscribe for the 99 cents. Trust me, you're gonna get the best of everything on that side of the crown, I like to say, because there's a little crown, you know what I'm talking about, the crown symbol? You got that crown symbol that represents, your subscriber. And you get that badge, of course, to signify that when you do subscribe. But you get all the best of everything. And if you got a company, you know what I'm saying, if you're an artist yourself, you're trying to push out your next film project, you do drawing, you do painting, you do comic books, you do any of the things that we've always supported, hey, you know what I'm saying, you're a musician, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to let folk know about your next album, and you're a subscriber, and it's progressive, and the energy is right about it, you know what I'm saying, no matter whatever you're talking about, you coming correct, you got something to say and it's worth hearing, we're going to help you advertise. You can ask anybody over there. We represent. We the friend when your real friends ain't your friends. You know how people say you can't get your own real friends and family to repost your stuff and share your stuff, but then a complete stranger you ain't never met, yeah, that'd be ONYXCON. You don't even know nobody know me, but I still be showing love because if you showed us love, we're gonna show you love. It's period, point blank. If, like I say, if it fits into our mission and what we do. I can't say just any and everything, you know what I'm saying? You can't push we are nonprofit, we gotta keep it a certain way and all that good stuff. So I saw this post and it was AI generated, and me being a visual artist first, it instantly appealed to me because it was Star Wars and I love Star Wars, right? So it looked drawn. You know how you get the AI images that look like they're drawn by somebody, like they really look like somebody drew this thing out, and it looks digital art drawn, like somebody did it on the computer, but they had to actually tangibly do it, and get in the zone and whip that thing up and post it. No, it was all AI. But when I tell you, I have mixed feelings about AI as it continues to expand. Like, I don't know. I have debates about it with some of my artist friends who are visual artists too, and like some of them are way more into it than I am. I have an appreciation for good imagery, period. If it looks cool, if it's beautiful, if it's aesthetic, if it helps convey a thought, because that's really at the end of the day what AI does. It's like you have a thought, if you can write it out. So here, starting right there with that part of the process, you have to be a writer, because if you put in some gibberish and can't put in a tangible sentence with enough proper grammar, because it seems to be understanding, even when you make typos, it can sort of understand what you meant. But if you make a typo that's too much of a not so obvious typo, it cannot generate that. You know what I'm saying? The computer, it's gonna constantly, I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of here. Go back to school. It's gonna make you feel real silly. So you gotta put in clear diction. You gotta write it out. And that alone is gonna keep certain element of humanity away from using it properly, because unfortunately some people can't read and can't write. They cannot, and if even those who can, some have not, they haven't honed in on the part of their brain, okay? They haven't expanded that side of their brain on the creative side. They might be more technical, they might be kind of in the middle, but really not a champion of either, and they don't know how to write things out. So it can be real tricky with that, because if you can't write it out, it ain't gonna give you nothing. It's like, what you want from me? I don't know what you want. I don't know what you think this is, but I ain't got nothing for you, because that's not even a sentence. Like, you have to say something like, give me a scene of a clear blue sky day. It's Atlanta, Georgia, and there's a superhero flying through the sky. The superhero is African American. He's well built like a bodybuilder, and he has a big, gigantic O on his chest. You know what I'm saying? You put in something like that, and it's clear, and you done wrote out every word properly with the right exclamation mark, periods, and commas. And you may not have to have all the right punctuation, but you better at least it ought to be able to understand you wrote a sentence. If you do that, it'll give you something. The AI stuff that I've seen, like the one that Instagram uses is really actually amazing. I didn't even, and I happened upon it, like, you know, every app now has it. If you haven't really paid it much attention, as soon as you put in a search, if you tinker around with searches long enough, it's gonna pop up and say, do you want to use AI? You know, at first I was like, no. I don't want, no. I didn't want to trust it for nothing. But then I got in some places where on some of my videos for YouTube, you know, I still draw, but I don't draw. It's funny. It's like I'm trying to retrain my brain slowly but surely towards using digital surfaces and drawing on my tablet. I have a tablet now, and I got a pencil and everything, and I even have a program that Adobe makes that's just for drawing especially. And I got it because it's a free one, and I wanted to tinker around with it, and I've messed with it a few times, but I admit I get frustrated because I'm a real artist. Like, I'm a charcoal pencil, color pencil, oil, pastel, acrylic, gouache. I'm a mother artist. You understand me? I'm a real. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, paper, canvas, glass, wood. I've worked on every surface you can imagine. Metal, you name it. I've done sculpture, I've done photography, but when it comes to that drawing and that painting, like, I'm that guy. Like, I ain't no use in, you know, it ain't about being humble, it's just being honest. I know what I can do. I forever can swing that sword. I am a straight up, like, freaking quadruple black belt when it comes to drawing and painting. I'm a badass. I got what I got, I'm telling you. And I've done art shows and everything. And it's funny because, like, when you go through stages in life, like when that was all I was known for, if I were to tell those people, if they haven't been paying attention, if people in a certain era of your life didn't know you kept doing other stuff, you know, and they don't know that I've been in movies and stuff, and I say, well, yeah, now I'm an actor, and I've been in movies with Kevin Hart and Oprah Winfrey, and you know, had conversations with AJ from 106 in Park on the stairs of a old house when we was waiting to go to set. And then the star of the show, Jesse Usher, you know him as A-Train on The Boys, okay? Yeah, we all had a big laugh on the you know, I've had moments like this because I'm in that biz. I'm in it for real, right? So it's kind of different when you've done all that kind of stuff, and then you you know, you still have these other skills, but if people only know you for one side of your life, they don't know you did all these other things, right? So it's like, I'm big on, the more I get older, I know why older people sit around and talk about what they used to do, because they like, look, man, folk try to forget you. Like, wait, hold up, playboy. Hold up, playboy, you don't know me? Oh, let me tell you who's in the room. You know, it's like you got to remind folk and who you still are. That's the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, been trained professionally. I went to school for it and everything. Got my BFA in visual arts. Started at Pratt Institute, Brooklyn, New York. Finished at Atlanta College of Art. So when you've had all that formal training plus natural talent, universe blessed, that's when you know what you're capable of. So when you got to transfer that natural energy on natural surfaces, like I say, paper, canvas, all that, to a flat glass screen with a object that's meant to implicate, you know, it's meant to pretend like a pencil. And I'm not gonna say it doesn't do a decent job. You can do a lot of stuff with digital now that I remember when it started, I used to make fun of it because you could always, you still can tell what's digital when you're looking at illustration, but stuff has gotten so good that some of them, you almost have to do a double take. Like, whoa, is that an oil painting for real? Oh, snap, that's digital, you know? And if it's good, it's great. I mean, if it's great, it's great. There's no, I give credit where credit is due. And an idea in and of itself, a great idea, no matter how it's conveyed, it's still a great idea. So when I see AI work, I judge it on different levels. And I will say most of it, I don't give the respect of, I don't give any of it the respect of what I know a human being can do with original mediums. Actual pencil, actual paint, actual brush, actual pen. It's just out of respect for what it is to be an artist in that way. If you're a visual artist, not. Even if I made it up myself, I thought of something, yeah, I'll credit the idea. The idea can be equal. Like you get a great idea and you express it, that's one hell of an idea. You know, if the computer literally did the closest job it could to capturing what you tell it to do, all right, it's still a great idea. Okay, cool. That looks really amazing. That's pretty cool, right? But it's never gonna be what I would have done if I took the time, if I had the time. Because there's another thing that's changed in my life. Like I don't even have the time, and for many reasons, to draw on the level and paint on the level I was doing because of the amount of time it takes and other things that I want to do in my current situation. Plus, it's a passion. If you don't, my creative energy, how I want to express myself, has been transferred more over to writing, but especially just being on set and doing film. Like I really enjoy the process. I like being on set. I like the environment. I like the chance of opportunity, you know, and how much you get rewarded for an incredible amount of effort and talent and showing people your skills. If you're acting, you're in front of the camera, and then, you know, and that's why most actors do it. You're looking for that big, as they say, the big break or big breaks, because you get the real ones. Man, it can pay for one season, can pay for the rest of your life if you know how to invest right, you know. But it's hard to get there, and that's why so many artists in that world don't make it and be frustrated, because it's constantly cutthroat. You never know, one little whim of a director's cut. It's still tough biz. It's never easy. It's art like. But when you're doing the visual thing, like I was saying, man, you do an art show, people come out, they enjoy the show, they stand around with their wine and cheese or whatever, hors d'oeuvres, and I've literally had people, you know, talking about what they were gonna buy and didn't buy nothing. And I've told that story many times. Like when I first graduated from college, I just knew, man, I'm about to sell all that. I ain't gonna have no student loans, because the hell I didn't. I still got them. Still got them motherfuckers trying to pay that BS off, you know? It's just so bad. Like people front, but they don't be having it, and they really don't want it. It's like I learned from people who did buy my art, and I've had quite a number of people who did, but for those select individuals, it's a certain energy about those people. They don't play, and it taught me that that's the way you want it. That's who you want to be around. You want to be around people who, man, when they say they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. There's no, ain't no if, and, or but. Like, yeah, I said I'm gonna get that by then, and then before you can blink, the check is already in your hand. Before you can blink, the transfer been sent. That's real. That's real support for artists. All that other stuff is conversation. People, I love your art. Yeah, loving my art is one thing, but buying it is another. Real love is buying. You know, it's like somebody being in a relationship with you, like, I love you so much, but they always cheating on you. It's like, yo, you don't know how to express that love, right? You know, so get on out my face. You on some crazy up in here, you know. So, yeah, so you think about all those things I'm saying, and I'm gonna show you how this goes full circle, right? With the struggles of an artist and how AI is winning and why it's winning. Because so many people don't buy original art. People who got the money. I ain't talking about people who, you know, there's a lot of things at play. You got people who just don't understand the value of original art. So when it's time to invest in things, they go straight to stocks, bonds, all that. You know, the Bitcoin situation, all the crypto. That's all they want to talk about. That's all they know. That's all they think is going to and they tell you every damn time, this stuff is volatile. There's no guarantees. You could lose it all. The stories they keep telling you, hey man, hey now, ain't nothing easy about this. Be real careful now. If you're gonna play with this, it's not a game. It'll jack you up. Don't, you know, you mess around in this thing, you might lose it all. Then you hear about other investments and people just take it for granted. So like, you know, now there's like there's an app, I forget the name of it, but there's an app now that I found advertised on one of my favorite travel vloggers, because he's obviously sponsored by them, and he does an ad for them in every one of his videos. But it gives you the chance to, just like you can do fractional purchases of stocks on, you know, like Robinhood or Cash App or any of the main digital bank systems, so to speak, because that's what they are. It's a way of doing it, but you're doing it with art. So it's like there's an auction house, a digital auction house, where the art is held by this company that basically they go and either, to my understanding, they either have the art under their control in air controlled warehouses and things, or it could be work that, in addition to that, they may not outright own it, but they own a piece of it. Like if it's a Andy Warhol piece for $5 million, as an investor, you can invest $5,000 into that piece and things like that. So what happens is once that piece officially resells, because they always exchange hands with one millionaire, another billionaire, whoever buys the major piece of art that's known, sells again, all the investors who've bought into the value of that piece of art get dividends off of the sale of that art. So if it was originally worth $5 million, but it sells for $10 million, everybody that was in on it, at whatever their percentage, gets dividends on that percent through this company. So it's very brilliant what they're doing. And I see that as the future of visual art on a tangible scale of actual pieces, real originals. But then you get into this other thing where you got NFTs, and NFTs is the open world medium for, the digital open realm for all of this AI. Because think about it, it's really selling ideas. Like I said, at the end of the day, people ain't drawing this stuff, making these images that look like photographs or look like drawings and everything. But if somebody comes up with an idea that's so unique, just thought of it, oh man, let me see if AI can give me something like this, and it gets close to that, and everybody else feels the idea, well, it still has the same effect that art always does. Art appeals to art is any and every creative expression. This is my definition. This is the ONYXCON official definition from yours truly. Art is any and every creative expression that appeals to, ignites, activates, makes you react with your senses. I've expanded that definition over the years. I added all those other words. I used to just say that impacts the senses. I started thinking about, well, impact, people interpret that word differently. So I started adding all these other words to make sure I just cover every possibility of how your senses react to something, and saying that if it's a creative expression, no matter how it makes you feel, man, it made me scared, I don't like that, or that's disgusting, or whatever, or weird, that's weird, it don't matter. It made you reacted, and somebody created it as an expression of something in their imagination. That is art, period. No matter which of the senses it hits. You walk in a room, you smell something, aromatherapy, all the aroma, creating colognes and everything, that's an art. There's an art to that, which is why the art world surrounds that industry. And you see photography and film, and all the commercials are always sexy and alluring, and it's always like a movie. And you're like, ooh, what is this? And they're like, Gucci's new cologne, with some deadpan Euro actress giving you the voiceover, new cologne from such and such by blah blah blah. That's and people's minds are trained like that to the point now where, damn, if you did a different type of ad, they wouldn't even know it was for a cologne or a perfume. It's pretty sad because it needs to change. I mean, hell, I've been hearing this all my life. There's other ways to advertise it. It's like everything don't smell like flat monotone voice from such and such. It doesn't even smell like that. That's not that sound doesn't go with the smell of everything, So anyway, so I crack see all this stuff, how it's developed and everything, and how people get caught up in it and don't even realize they are looking at art. A lot of people don't even know what art really is. So as AI develops, it's reading us while we're reading it, but it's really, it's collecting and it's collecting. So somebody came up with a series of images based on Star Wars mixed with feudal Japanese lore. And when I tell you these images are dope, they're really cool. That means shit is dope. Everything. Cool is cool. Dope stuff is dope stuff. It looks cool. So I reposted it at ONYXCON on Instagram. If you want to see what I'm talking about, it's one of our more recent posts. Go check it out. And I got mixed reactions. One reaction really cracked me up. It's an artist that's been following us for years. And I didn't know, people say things in a quick moment. I think it's like a visceral reaction to some things. Like I say, art makes you do this. It's going to make you react. It's going to hit them senses. He saw it and he was like, AI is theft. And that's all I have to say, or something like that, his quote. So I read that and I thought, or is he coming at me for, for posting this? Because most people who've been on my page long enough know that I'm the one curating it. And some of them assume that it's always me. Now, sometimes it's my associates that give me, things. I got some volunteers that share things with me daily and say, hey man, like check this out. You might want to repost this. I think this is very ONYXCON stuff. And they know all the bases I'm covering, so they'll send me the cars for the ONYXCON rides. They'll send me music for that. They'll send me fitness stuff for ONYXCON fitness. And when I say fitness, I mean mind, body, soul. It could be mental health. It could be relationship related. We talk about relationship goals in the art life here. That's under the umbrella of ONYXCON fitness, because your relationships are definitely a part of your mental health. And it's mind, body, and soul that makes fitness what it really is. So anyway, yeah, we get into a lot, and they send me stuff. So it is still a group effort. It's not just, I'm not an island, but I am mostly the whole island, but I got inhabitants, you know what I'm saying? I got people who help me out on the island, but I do all the main work. And so, I saw that post and I saw his reaction, and I thought, is he trying to come for me a little bit? And I thought, no, don't get in your thoughts like that, man. It ain't like that. I don't think he meant it like that. I think he's just sharing generally his feeling that he feels like it's theft, because he's a visual artist like I am, a real show enough. I draw for real, I can paint for real, and then now he's in the digital space too, because he does digital work. Okay, and he's been doing that for a while, and so I'm looking at his page again. I haven't looked at it in a while, and I'm realizing, I'm like, yeah, this brother, I can see why he would be in his feelings, because he's working in the digital. And the one thing about digital is it does limit you to its palette. Like, you can't get all of the looks that you would get using actual tangible tools. You can't get oil pastel on top of crayon on top of, you might get something that's close to one or the other, but not all of them. You can't literally, and even when it imitates like watercolor in this app that I have, that ain't really it. Because man, there's so much more you can do. The real thing is so boundless, but the computer is always limited. So, but I can feel that, if you get stuck in mainly only doing the digital through the computer, yeah, it would be frustrating, because like, look, man, this stuff getting so close to what you're limited to do. Like, you're beyond the computer, but you're limiting yourself a little bit. So it's going to give you stuff that looks the same as what AI might come up with. Because the tools are built on the same platform of how the computerized digital space interprets a pencil stroke, a brush stroke from watercolor, a brush stroke from oil. It's only going to give you but so much. It can't do what human beings can do for real. So I can see how somebody would be in their feelings when they see the damn computer get so close to what they're able to do. It's like, damn, man, this is why I can't get no work. This is why people ain't hiring me. I'm losing, I'm an illustrator who can't get hired no more. Yeah, because you're not doing something, like, you gotta literally, this is my main point. And then I'm gonna add it on with something else. And I will continue this, because I'm gonna have to break this one off and probably either start another one or come back to y'all in a minute, put a gap on this, but it won't break when you rewatch it. When I rewatch it, it'll be all put together. I love that it edits like that for YouTube. Shout out to YouTube for that. But you literally have to, as an artist, if you're a visual artist, a real old school visual artist, you got those tangible skills. You got those original, traditional media skills. It's our time to shine. Like, it's really time to see who had something original to say all these years, if you're still doing it hardcore all the time. That's one of your focuses. Because computer can't do it. Computer can't, not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not. It can't. It cannot. AI can never do what we're gonna do. So there's a place for AI where I don't get mad about it and upset about it no more. I realize, there's a place for this. I can see how to use this and use it well. Make something even in that didn't nobody else think of or whatever. But then I would still say, if you were gonna do, both, like if I had time, man, and I was still doing one-man shows and stuff, I would do a show probably where, and it's a good idea. If somebody wants to champion this before I get back, I'll probably be an older man when I finally come back to it all, because I don't know that I want to even it's not important for me to do shows right now like that. I'm more, my show is trying to be in a major movie, you know what I mean? But do a show where you think you have ideas and you challenge yourself. You do it in AI, you give it a description, it gives you an image, and then you paint an image, the same image, and put up a show where the whole show is like that and ask the audience, which do you prefer? It'd be quite interesting. But like I say, check out that Star Wars work over there on our Instagram. Let me know what you think, because I thought it was still brilliant ideas. And it looks great, but I still know what it is. So there's a part of it in my heart that just is kind of, it's a hole there for the fact that it's so AI that no matter what, I'm just like, I'd still like to see somebody paint and draw this for real. But it's badass. That's my opinion.